Hola y buenos días. Yo soy el Señor Morris. ¿Cómo están ustedes? Today, you'll be taking the evaluation for the 4th unit that we're studying this year. Okay? Now, if you have not yet studied the material, you're taking this as a pre-test, I'd like you just to try to do the best that you can, to try to recognize as many of the words, perhaps cognates, as you can, and do the best that you can, just so that we can get an idea of where you're starting. Now, if you've just finished studying all of the material in this unit, all of the materials should be very familiar to you by now. Okay, so just relax and do the best that you can. Now, whether you're taking this as a pre-test before you study or a post-test after you study, remember to use your test-taking skills. Now, mark through answers as you use them so that you don't end up repeating an answer for 2 questions. And also be sure that you match up the question that you're answering with the response that you're giving so you don't get your numbers off. Okay. Well, let's start by filling in the information at the top of the evaluation form. Okay. Go ahead and write your name up here. Write your teacher's name. Now remember to circle the word pre-test if you're taking it before you've studied the material so that we'll know that you haven't studied this yet, or post-test so that we'll know that you're taking this test after you've studied the material. Okay? Muy bien. Ahora vamos a empezar. For numbers 1 through 4 here, I'd like you to identify the class of musical instruments that's pictured. Now select your answer from the answer key over here and write the letter of your response next to the corresponding number. Okay? Let's go ahead and begin now with number 1. Please identify this class of musical instruments and write your response next to number 1. Let's continue now with number 2. Please identify this class of musical instruments. Get your response from the answer key and write the letter of your response next to number 2. Let's continue now with number 3. Here we go. This class of instruments, see if you can find the name in the answer key. Choose your response and write the letter of your response next to number 3. And the last one here on this page, number 4, hopefully you'll have one answer left, and it will be the one that you would choose for this class of instruments. Write the letter of your response next to number 4. Okay, well, I love that music. Tell you what, let's go ahead and continue on page 2, okay, on numbers 5 to 20. Please identify the name of the individual instruments pictured here. Okay? Now find your response over here in the answer key. Write the letter of your response next to the corresponding number. Now you see they'll go down like this and then down like this. So don't get confused. Make sure that you're writing on the right one. Okay? Now there are a lot here, so I'm going to give you a little bit more time starting off on these as we continue now with number 5. Find the name of that instrument and write the letter of your response next to number 5. Let's continue now with number 6. See if you can find the name of this instrument in the answer key. Write the letter of your response next to number 6. And now let's look at number 7 here. Number 7. See if you can find the name of that instrument. Write the letter of your response next to number 7. Let's continue now with number 8. This instrument here. See if you can find the name of this instrument in the answer key. Write the letter of your response next to number 8. Now, let's look at number 9. And I'd like to point out to you here on number 9 that the bottom of this instrument is rounded off. It's a big instrument. On number 9, see if you can find the name and write the letter of your response next to number 9. And now, number 10. This instrument here. Go ahead and find the name of this instrument in the answer key and write the letter of your response next to number 10. Let's continue now with number 12. This instrument. Find the name of this instrument in the answer key and write the letter of your response next to, let's say, number 11. Now let's do number 12. See if you can find the name of this instrument in the answer key. Now let me point out to you, this is just the standard size model. This is like the one that I play. And the name of this instrument is in the answer key. See if you can find it. Write the letter of your response next to number 12. And now, how about this instrument here? See if you can find the name of this instrument and write the letter of your response next to number 13. Number 14, this instrument here. See if you can find the name in the answer key. Write the letter of your response next to number 14. And now, number 15. See if you can find the name of this instrument in the answer key. Write the letter of your response next to number 15. Let's continue now with number 16. This instrument here. See if you can find the name in the answer key. Write the letter of your response next to number 16. Number 17. I think you all recognize that instrument. See if you can find the name in Spanish. In the answer key, write the letter of your response next to number 17. Let's continue with number 18, this instrument here. See if you can find the name in the answer key. Write the letter of your response next to number 18. Number 19, this instrument here. See if you can find the name of this instrument there in the answer key. Write the letter of your response next to number 19. And the last one, number 20. Hopefully you only have one answer left, and it is the one that you will write down for this instrument next to number 20. All right. Muy bien. Well, that's the test. Now, if your teacher is up for giving you extra credit for doing these, I'd like you to go ahead and look now at the extra credit question. Okay, here, I would like you to write down, what country does flamenco come from? From what country does flamenco come? See if you can figure that out. Write down your answer. Okay, that's it. The good news is that's the end of the test. Please go ahead and turn your evaluation in to your teacher now. Okay? How'd it go on the test? Now, if you'd studied the stuff, did you recognize all of the words? Do you feel like you did a pretty good job? How about if you hadn't studied the material, you took this as a pretest? Do you think you did a good job of guessing? Well, I tell you what, teachers, I'm going to go ahead and go over the test right now and grade it. If you would like to grade it with me, you're more than welcome to. Students can grade it and you can check the answers and you'll all know how you're doing right away. Okay? Or if you'd like to grade it yourself, you'll find the answer key in the teacher's guide immediately following the test itself after Unit 4. Okay? So whichever way. Now if you want to put me on pause and exchange the papers, that's fine. And I'm going to go ahead and begin grading the test right now. Okay, on the first page here, we were looking at the names of the different groups of instruments. Well, these instruments here all have strings. And strings, as we said, are cuerdas. So number 1 is letter D. Instrumentos de cuerda. I'm going to mark through that. Number 2, these are the wind instruments. These are the wind instruments, okay? So, wind in Spanish is viento. These are the instrumentos de viento. Letter B. Okay. Number 3. These all have keyboards on them, and the keyboard is called teclado. So, number 3 is letter A. Instrumentos de teclado. And finally, number 4 down here. All of these instruments are beaten or shaken. They are percussed in some way. So these are instrumentos de percusión, letter C. So there are your answers for the first 4. 1 is D, 2 is B, 3 is A, 4 is C. Okay. Let's go ahead and look now at the second page. How you guys doing so far? Pretty good? I hope so. Okay, let's look at the second page now. These individual instruments. This first one is called el arpa. El arpa. That's letter C, so 5 is C. These are called las castañuelas. Las castañuelas, and that is right here, letter F, so 6 is letter F. Okay. This instrument here, this is a flute in English. In Espanol, la flauta, and that's down here, that's letter K. So number 7 is letter K. Number 8, it's a violin in English. In Spanish, el violín. Letter B, 8 is letter B. Okay, number 9 here. This is the big guitar with the rounded bottom. So it's called el guitarrón. El guitarrón, which is letter I. Letter I, number 9. Number 10. This is an organ. Y en español, el órgano, which is letter O. 10 is letter O. Number 11 is a piano, and that's a cognate, el piano, letter N. 11 is letter N. 12, well, that's the standard guitar, and the standard guitar is called la guitarra, which is letter A. 12 is letter A. 13 is the drum, okay? And that's called el tambor. El tambor is letter E. Number 13 is letter E. Okay. 14 are las maracas. Las maracas, which is letter G. 14 is letter G. 15, well, this one's pretty easy because it says the instrument's name right on it. La armónica. La armónica, which is letter L. Number 15 is letter L. 16 is the guiro, el guiro, which is letter H. So I'm going to mark through that. Number 17 is la trompeta. La trompeta, again a cognate. That's letter M. Okay. Number 18 is el clarinete. El clarinete, which is letter J. 18 is letter J. 19 is el clavicordio, a clavichord. If you haven't already seen that instrument, you might learn something about it. Letter P. Okay. And the last one here is a drum set. That's called la batería. Fortunately, we only have one left, and that's the right answer. Number 20 is letter D. So go ahead and make sure you've got all of those right. Okay. Now we have one more question. That's the extra credit question that's down here at the bottom. Okay. Let's go ahead and look at that right now. What country does flamenco come from? Well, we talk about this during the unit, and the answer to that is Spain. Flamenco comes from Spain. Well, I hope you all did very well on the test. Now, if you're taking this as a pre-test, you're going to start studying Unit 4 next lesson. If you're taking this as a post-test, we're going to be going on to Unit 5 next. If you'd like to, you may take the pre-test for Unit 5 before you begin studying the lessons, okay? Just so that you have a baseline idea. I'm glad that you all were with me today. I hope you all did well. Until we see each other again, adios.